Hello once again, I am playing a game called Maquis. I've already played 3 rounds of this. I've only played a handful of games, but I said I'd be back to play this Maquis game on a slightly more challenging difficulty, which, well, it could be a challenge. Considering the first game, I was thoroughly trounced. Second game, I succeeded, but only just. Looking at the rules and looking at the games that we played, I think I may have slightly cheated on that second one, though. So I'm back again to reclaim a bit of my honour by not only playing this game, but playing on a slightly more difficult level, playing on a tricky level. In case you don't know what Maquis is, it is basically a board game simulating, I guess you'd say, occupied France. You've got people who are the underground resistance fighting against the collaborators and, of course, the fascists themselves, trying to resist against evil and oppression. Of course, opposing fascism is always a wise, well, always it's a good thing to do. Don't know about a wise thing, because it depends on how you define wise. I'm going to say wise thing to do. But it is a risky thing to do, and our little players could indeed suffer the consequences. Now, some changes. Firstly, I've lost track of my little Lego men that I played with last time, so sadly no Fran the Firefighter. I'll be using instead, very out of context, my little gladiator miniatures that I created recently. I've got a little video if you want to go watch that. But I'm pretty happy with them, and they look very pretty, even though they're not awfully subtle in this small French village. We've got Mr. Redhead here. He is one of our people airdropping in. We've got Mr. Victor here, raising the sword. We've got Lady Redcap. And of course, we have Dave. So we've got these characters instead of our previous Lego Man, so I apologise for that slight incongruity, but I'm sure you'll live. Now, to make it tricky though, where originally in the game you have 3 of these initial starting characters, in this game I only have 2 to start with. I can recruit 2 others, but I've got less people to work with basically, which I think is going to be my undoing, to be perfectly frank. In addition, to also make it more tricky, instead of running the game down to the final end round, which I'll just turn the camera so you can see there, end, we're only going to 12 rounds. So you've got less time to do what we need to do. So that's going to make this game a lot more challenging. If you want to know more about how to play, go watch the previous videos or go watch an explanation of the rules by someone else. I think we're just going to get started. So we've got 2 missions that we're about to face off with. Firstly, we have an Aid the Spy. Aid the Spy mission, basically a British spy has been dropped behind enemy lines. We need to assist them. We need to get them 2 weapons and then some money and some food for them to go on and carry out their mission, whatever it is. So that is one of our objectives. The other objective is the Assassination. So basically this one's running in parallel to any other mission you have. We have to complete the other mission, but we also need to take out pretty much all of the collaborators on the board. So these little underground people, they're taking the offensive. They're trying to make an example of anyone who collaborates with the enemy. Very, very sweet and wonderful heroes this lot are, but you know, that's the game at least. So those are our 2 objectives this evening. Let's see if we can do this on tricky. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're heading out. We need ourselves cash because I'm keen to get a room upgraded, one of the spare rooms upgraded early on, because last time that proved to be a bit of a lifesaver. So that's what we need to do now. So, in order to do that, we're going to have to take a risk. So, we need cash and we need cash basically. So, we're going to, and we need food would be useful. Okay, so we're going to send one dude out to here. And then we send out one of our collaborator police officers. They're going to a bridge. They're going to this bridge over here. Oh, great. So that already cuts off one of our Pont l'Evêque. That cuts off one of our possible escape routes. Everything has to feed through here. Okay, our other spy chappie, he is just going to go straight to the grocers. So, in theory, so long as this doesn't get cut off, which, let's be honest, it could. We should be able to get everyone back, but let's find out. The next card coming up, the next guard is going to the grocers. No, he's not. He's going to Pont Nord, which is up north here. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at this stage. Our third and final for now guard is going to the fence. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So as they go to the fence up here, that means we're all safe. Everything is safe at this stage. That's nice to see. So what happens? Old mate, he's gone to the radio B specifically, and he's calling in some cash. We want some do-re-mi. So that's what we're going to be calling in. Then come collect the do-re-mi from over here. Why not? He makes his way back. But on his way, he picks up old mate from the grocers, and indeed we get one piece of food. One piece of food is now available to us. And they make it safely back. Congratulations. Day 1. Successful. Well, I guess day 2, we're basically going to repeat that process. Remember, we want to upgrade that spare room. So, once again, we'll send someone off to the radio station. Twice in twice in 2 days. Like, what could possibly go wrong? We flip a card to see where our first guard goes. He once again goes to the bridge. You're kidding me. That's twice in a row. So there we go. That bridge is once again cut off to us. Hooray. Our next agent, he is once again going to go to the grocers, hoping that no one goes to the black market. Okay. Next bloke goes to the grocers. No, he doesn't. He goes to the poor district. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And our third and final for now goes to Radio B. No, he doesn't go to the grocers. No, he doesn't go to the black market. Oh, no, you're kidding me. Okay, so he does indeed go to the black market, which means old mate Redhead. Oh, no. So he calls in the radio, right? It does indeed call down another airdrop of cash. Down it comes. But we're cut off. We're cut off. So, old mate Victus, whatever his name was, he makes his way back to base with an extra apple, so he's got himself 2 apples now. How do you like them? And, however, old mate Redhead on his way back does not do so. He gets caught up by this police officer, and just like that, we've lost our first agent. Oh no, poor chappie, he's gone. Alright, well, that changes things, doesn't it? Okay, so we need to pick up the cash, but we need more agents now. We've got the food for it, though. We have got the food for it. Next day, and I forgot to move the day count down. We're now down to level 2, which means morale begins to drop, which is not good considering what we're about to do to this town. Okay, so sadly, we're going to have to spend some time. Okay, so old mate goes across over here. He is indeed going to recruit one of these peoples. He just needs to get 1 apple. So we're spending 1 of our apples on this. Kaboom. And because the guards cannot attack a cafe, we're going to skip over the remainder of this round. Basically, our 2 come back. Victus and Redcap. Redcap comes back. She's there ready to help. And it does mean, though, that this clock ticks down another day. So in round 3, I guess we had round 0 at the start. This is round 3. We're now going to try and get some things happening. So basically these 2 guys are going to head out to our 2 pickup points. They're going to pick up the cash, which means that we now have $2. We've got $2 to our name. Isn't that nice? And they, again, the guards cannot interfere with this, so they're going to make their way back. And that is our 4th round. So it's a very uneventful 2 rounds. Oh, but that clock counter is ticking down to remember 12. It's only going to go down to 12. Oh, gee. Okay, so now that we have ourselves the cash, we are 100% going to set up another safe room. I'm thinking that we will set up a safe room. I'm always unsure. It's either over here, like these are the two that I want to go to, because it provides more ways to get there or escape or whatever. So, where do we want to go? We don't need medicine a lot this time. We do need morale though, the way things are going. But I think we'll place it over here. So we'll move Victus is going to come over here to set up into the safe room. We're then going to flip over some of our new cards. The first patrol is going to the fence. Off he goes to the fence. Next, we've got we're going to place one of our next worker. She, Red Cap, is going to go to the Radio B as well again. So she's going to go there, and she's going to be calling in a gun if we get to that point. So hopefully that's going to be what happens. Cool, so that's where she's heading. Next we have Radio A. Oh, that was close. So they head off to Radio A. Dun 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 dun. And then lastly, we should be safe at this stage as long as no one gets arrested. Radio B. See, they can't go there yet, but Rue Barat, the street. Fortunately, no one's there. Okay, so we've pulled that off. We've managed to pull that one off. Which means, basically, this now becomes our safe house. Hooray! We have another option in order to get to safety. She also makes the radio call, and we get our airdrop of ammunition. We get a gun being dropped in for us to use. Hooray, hooray. And just like that, another round is finished. But also just like that, morale once again drops. We now have 4 guards. 4 guards are now going to be patrolling around, causing us grief. Well, that's nice. That's real good. So, what are our people going to do now? We are trying to take out these guards. Do we want to do that just yet? Yeah, maybe not. Okay, we've got an apple. So I'm going to send one of our peoples to go to recruit. We need more people, and we then place one of our guards where they're going to patrol. The first of our 4 is going to Radio B. They got a tip off, but they were too late. Then we're going to place Red Cap. She's going to go pick up our gun, so she's going to be relatively safe, which is nice. And then we play out the remainders, but again, they're in 2 places that they cannot be accessed, so I guess we are safe as it is. So they enact what they have put into plan. We recruit ourselves a new partner, Dave. Hey Dave, welcome to the team. Got no more food though. And we do manage, I've got no more money either. Forgot about removing that. And we've got Miss Redcap bringing back a firearm, so we now have a gun at our disposal to use at our discretion. So there we go, just like that, another round has finished. Choo-choo! Next round, train's turned up. How exciting. But that's got nothing to do with our mission for today. We now have 3 people for the first time in the game. We need to figure out what we want to do with those 3. We need another firearm. In fact, we need a lot more firearms. That's pretty much what we need. We need firearms coming out of our noses. So, I suppose we just start calling them in like crazy, don't we? Okay, so Victus is going to go to Radio B. Our first guard is turning up at the bridge. Point Leven, or whatever it is. Our next guard... not next guard yet. Our next person will send Red Cap. She is also going to go to the other radio. They're both going to be trying to call in guns, basically. That's going to be their goal in this case. Cool, that's what's going to happen now. The next person's turning up at the Grocers, which kind of sucks. I wouldn't mind going there with Dave to pick up some food because we do need that later on in the mission. Okay, but it does mean that this safe house is now completely cut off. Our only way back is through here. Okay, how do we make that safer for us? When we go to a location, we do not need to enact what is at that location. So therefore, I think in a vain attempt at keeping the way open, we might send Dave to one of these two places. We'll send him to the black market. We're not going to enact the black market, but that will hopefully keep the door open for Red Cap to get back. But if she gets cut off from either the doctor getting locked off or the poor district getting locked off, it won't matter. Oh, here we go. This is all goes wrong. The fence. Oh, and the fence was the other one. Oh no, just like that. She's not going to be able to get home. Oh, actually, no. No, hold on. I've forgotten something. Let's put out our last guard. They're going to Podland. No, they're not. They're going to the black market. No, they're not. They're going to the doctor. No, this is where it all goes wrong. Okay. So, as we can see, she's blocked off. But as we also know, our objective in this game is to take out these guys, the assassination mission. So, both radios get called. We get some firearms. Some new firearms get dropped in. Down they come. To both locations. And then old mate and Victus, they go back to their safe house on the other side of town. But Red Cap, she's in trouble. She's pinned. She can't go around either way. But she has a firearm. We have one firearm. She's able to use it. So knowing the nobleness of her cause, she's going to do a dark and terrible deed. And she does indeed draw it and fire upon the collaborator. Kabang! Just like that. He's gone. So, with him out of the way, I believe that now drops morale, does it not? It does indeed mean that morale is dropped. So morale drops, and one of our guards is now going to be a soldier. So we've got our soldiers here. We have ourselves in grey. The actual soldiers themselves are now entering into the equation. So they cannot be shot at. They cannot be removed from play. But regardless, she takes the shot. She runs back to the safe house. One way is blocked. The other way is blocked. She's pinned. And just like that, she is taken out of the game. Oh no. So that's 2 down. We've only got 2 soldiers left. And we've now got a greater challenge by having basically a brick wall of a soldier now in the equation. But that's the end of that round. Oh. So we're up to our 7th round, but this round once again is going to be one of those sort of like uneventful rounds. Both of our people are going to make their way to the drop-off points to pick up the ammunition. So basically they do that. They pick up 2 more guns, so sort of got rid of that because it was used. But then they pick up 2 new guns. And we have our people back at their safe house. The police, the collaborators, and the soldiers, they cannot go to these locations. So that's that lightning round. Round 8, and the morale drops. We're about to have 5 soldiers in the equation. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Okay, we've got 2 guns though. So in theory, we could complete that objective. But I might keep a hold of those guns just for a little bit longer, to be perfectly honest. Okay, our first bloke. He is once again going to go to the radio. He is going to be calling in some more firearms, because that's pretty much what we need in this game. We just need lots and lots of firearms. So that's what he's going to be doing this time. And Dave, though. Well, it's not Dave's turn yet. It's not Dave's turn yet. We first need to find out where the police are going. Now, I believe it's police that move first, and then the soldier moves last. At least that's what we're going to call now. Oh no! The police are going to the grocers. That's exactly where I wanted to send Dave to. Oh, that's annoying. Well, where am I going to send Dave then? Well, I don't really want to send Dave anywhere, to be perfectly honest. But I suppose we have got to keep half an eye on that morale if we can. So I might send him off to the doctors. He's got 2 ways to get back to a safe house. There's 3 more soldiers to go, but this really, might be the end of it. Let's find out. So our next soldier, our police officer, sorry, he goes to Radio B. No, he doesn't. He goes to the groceries. No, he doesn't. He goes to the black market. Oh, so that cuts off one possible route for Dave. Oh, Dave is not looking good. It's not looking good. Our next guard goes to the fence. That's all right, because that route's already cut off for us. Basically, we just need the soldier not to go here. In the context of the story, by the way, in my head, when these police guys catch the underground resistance, they just go to jail. When the soldier's involved, let's be honest, they just shoot them. So, let's see what happens. Radio A. Radio A! He goes to Radio A! He has no idea. He misses him, which means we have a successful round. I so thought that was going to go way worse than it actually did. So, we get some more firearms called in. We have ourselves a little bit more medicine. Why not? We just picked up some medicine from the doctors. Hooray for us. And everyone manages to get back to a safe house. Woohoo! Next round. Round 9, I believe. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, we're going to send one of our blokes off. We're going to send a Victor off to pick up those firearms. Because that's what we need. We need more guns in this situation. And we get our first... Oh, no, hold on. We won't send him yet. We won't send him yet. We'll send Dave somewhere first. We'll send him to the grocers first. Because I do kind of want some food. Because that's going to be useful later on. Or we could use it to reduce morale. So either way, we do want some food. So he's gone there first to the grocers. I forgot to shuffle these back in. We have our first person we placed at Radio A. That's okay. Radio A, I'm not too upset if that place gets raided. We're not really using it all that much this game. We then place Victor to the pickup site for the guns. So hopefully now, so long as Dave doesn't get pounced at the grocers, he should be fine. Let's find out. Radio B, that's fine. Pont Level, that's fine, because no one's over that side of the town. And lastly, the soldier. Oh, grocers. No, it's fine. Pont Nord. He's moved on to there. The Northern Bridge. And just like that, we got away with it. So, Victor comes back with another firearm. That's going to be useful because we need all the guns to get a hold of because we're on a killing spree, apparently. Don't you love these sort of simulation games? And Dave succeeds in getting another bit of fruit for us, which is good. We need that food for later on, or potentially for morale. I think maybe for morale. Because in this next round, round 10, morale drops. So we now have 5. We now have 5 crooks in the equation. Not crooks, collaborators in the equation. And 1 more drop of morale. And we've failed before we've even begun. We've been a bit too slow. That's the reality of it. No, we have to do morale. We have to boost morale right now. Okay, so we'll send Dave. Dave's a local. He's going to go to the poor district. He's going to distribute some food and some medicine to try and deal with our morale problem. He has to do that, really. Then we release more of our soldiers. Forgot to shuffle again. So our first of 5 soldiers is going to the fence. That's too close for comfort. That's alright, hasn't cut off any proper exits. Alright, so we need money. We need money, don't we? Because we also need money. So let's radio in some more cash at Radio B. Get back to the safe house, in theory. And let's find out where the rest of these soldiers go. Radio B, no, to the grocers. To the grocers. Okay, that's alright. We just need this one spot not ready to get blocked off if we can. We then have the fence. No. Rue de Blatt. The street. No, that's fine. We're okay with that. We then get Radio A. Radio A. Alright. Now, this is where it could all go wrong. Because at this stage... No, okay. Okay, let's find out what happens. Where does the soldier go? Radio B, no. Driblat, no. Pont Levevlev, it goes here. All right. Okay. So this is where we're at. Old mate does some radioing. He gets some cash dropped in. Hooray. I said I wanted cash, and I do want cash, so we have some cash coming in. Dave, he hands out the goodies, the medicine, the food, so our morale now jumps back up. Do we sacrifice at this stage? We've only got 2 more rounds to go. We're probably not going to make it. We're not going to make it. I was too slow. So, we have to do the dirty. Can we do this? I'm going to say we're going to do this regardless. I'm going to go here, but he's going to make a detour. We have 1 gun. And just like that, Dave, a local boy, but turns against the collaborators, fires his weapon. Kapow. Which drops the morale back down to 1. We're on the edge as he makes his way back to a safe house. See? Went that way, so that's all. You can do that. Oh no! So morale took a hit. We now have 2 of our evil occupiers now roaming around the streets. Oh gee. And here we are at round 11. I'm saying we got this go and 1 other go after this in order to win this game. So, alright, we are going to send Victor off to the grocers because we want some food. We can potentially achieve this mission at least. So we're sending off to the grocers. Let's send off our first collaborator. Goes to Radio A. So he goes to Radio A over here. We then send Dave off because he's lying low. He's going to go pick up that cash that we called in a moment ago. So he's going to go off and get some cash. Our next collaborator goes to Pont Lev. That's fine. That's fine at this stage. Alright, our next collaborator goes to the grocers. No, he doesn't. He goes to the poor district. Poor district over here. Now our soldiers. This is where it could all go wrong. If the grocers gets pulled up now, oh, it's going to be bad. Alright. Pont Lever, no. Pont North. Bridge of the North. Okay, he goes up there. And lastly, grocers, no. North, no. Fence. To the fence. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh, okay. So that means we get our food from the grocers. Thank you, Victor. And we get our bit of cash from the airdrop. Which means as we slide into round 12, about to slide into round 12, we have 2 guns. We don't have enough fruit. We've got 1 more fruit. We'll succeed the mission. Oh no! But as we slide into 12, does the morale drop to 0 and therefore we fail. Oh, I'm going to bend the rules a little bit. Please forgive me. Let's just do one last round. Let's see if we can get what you'd call a draw. We are not going to be able to assassinate enough people to actually get this assassination mission. But we might be able to complete the spy mission. If we can just get 1 more apple. That's all we need. Just 1 more apple. So, we are going to send Dave boldly off to the grocery store. If he survives this, he'll get his 1 more apple. Our first collaborator gets placed at the fence. Okay, that's good. That's where we want him to be. We send Victor. He's going to go off to the Radio Shack and he is going to call in some food. I need to double check. Can you get food from a radio? Yes, indeed you can. You get 3 food. What? I should have realised that earlier. I could have been getting the morale down a lot lower much earlier. That's alright. Never mind. So 3 food could be dropped in. Look, I'll only say it will get dropped in if that radio operator survives, okay? So, our next collaborator gets placed at Radio B, at the grocers. No, at the black market. The black market, there is a space. And that's okay, our guys can get back. We then placed our next collaborator at the fence. No, at Rubarat, at the street. Over here. Okay. Now for the soldiers. The soldiers could sink this. We have 2 soldiers. If they can take out both of these dudes, we will lose. If they can both survive, we'll at least tie. Radio A. That's fine. Off he goes. Here we go. The last card flip. Can we get a draw? When I say draw, I mean we did slightly bend the rules to make this draw happen, but can we get a draw? Radio A. Rubarat. Pont-Levant, for once in this ruddy game, someone going to this bridge has been a positive thing. My goodness. Every time they go there, they always cut me off, so I am so excited but for once, we've got our safe house here. He's going to make it back. We've got fruit coming out of our ears. So, Dave gets back to the safe house with his 1 apple. Good on you, Dave. That's what we want to see. We now got 2 bits of fruit. And Victor gets back with a radio drop of 3 apples coming in. Which means we have ourselves our 2 guns. We can give... hold on. We'll go get ourselves a British spy. Here we go. Here's our British spy. He'll blend in nicely. So, he arrives, and we are able to give him, indeed, our 2 firearms, giving us success 1, and our coins and our food, which means we have achieved at least 1 mission. Basically, Victor and Dave, they have earned their paycheck. They may not have won the war, but at least when they go back and they have their professional development meetings, they can at least get a passing grade. And that's what we want. My goodness, tricky does make it, well, trickier. Having that 1 less action earlier on does make things a bit more challenging. You really do need to be knowing the rules and remembering what is what. I really should have been using those radio drops to call in more fruit and using the doctor more in order to keep that morale low. But at the same time, that would have spent more rounds doing that, which means I don't think I would have gotten there. I've got to be honest with you, with the print and play downloadable version of this game, it's plenty brutal. It is plenty brutal. Like in all honesty, I don't think moving up to tricky or harder settings, unless you're a bit of a masochist, is necessarily worthwhile. It's hard enough as it is. I don't know what the purchase box is like. I would be curious to buy that, and can I recommend maybe do that? Head across to the creators of this game. I might put a link in the description. Buy the actual game. I think it gives you more variety of cards where they send the patrol officers, and I'm not saying that makes the game easy, I just think it makes the game probably a bit more balanced. As it is, I think this game potentially, and I think this is the right thing to do, makes this game a little bit trickier to succeed at in order to encourage you to actually buy the game. And I actually think that's okay. That is okay. They're offering you a really fun version of the game. I have enjoyed this game immensely. But also it's very enticing to move on from the paper, the plastic soldiers, and actually get the actual thing, because I think that would be a beautiful game I might get a hold of. I might put it on my Christmas list. That might be the thing to do. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed these, and hopefully you'll see more of me at some other point. Goodbye.